Alright, so welcome back to a series of bad decisions. Today we're going to talk about something that's been bothering me for about 4 years. So, in 2014, I was a mess. And by a mess, I mean I was depressed, couldn't sleep, anxious out the asshole. I was a mess. Basically what happened is, the first or second month of my junior year of college, I had a breakdown. And I promised myself that if I made it through that semester, then I could kill myself. And then I went, wait, hang on, this is not okay. I've been down this road before. And I know enough, I've been through enough therapy to know, hang on, no, we're not going to do that. And so I admitted myself to the nearest psychiatric unit. So about, 24 hours later, it's Friday night, and both the nurses on duty are male. You'll understand why that's significant in a minute. So everybody in the ward was given, journals and pens, and I like to write a lot when I'm depressed and upset. And then I lost my pen, so I go up to the nurse's station and I ask for a new one. And the nurse on duty, you know what he says? He says, only if you give me a smile. What the fuck? So I just stare at him, dead-eyed, and I'm like, it's Friday night. Yesterday, I was admitted here for planning my own suicide. What reason have I to smile? And the guy at least had the decency to look abashed a little and ashamed and handed me the pen without further comment. But it still bothers me because what was going through this man's mind that made him think it was okay to behave this way to one of the patients under his care? Okay, so setting aside the power imbalance that makes this especially inappropriate for this situation, that makes this inappropriate, there's also the fact that this is just, of all the, it's never appropriate to tell a strange woman to smile. Because, rude? But it's especially inappropriate to do it when you're the nurse, when you're one of the nurses in charge of a unit of clinically depressed people. So obviously I warned all the rest of the female patients, and, we all side-eyed the shit out of him. And his friend, because he was obviously close with the other nurse, and I couldn't tell them apart because, I had mild face blindness, and both of them were generic-looking white guys with scruff, so I couldn't tell them apart. And, if he was this buddy-buddy with the other nurse on duty, odds were good that the other guy was, equally questionable. But it's just, so, I mean, I haven't been catcalled that much in my life. I've been fortunate in that respect. Although it's entirely possible I have been catcalled and not noticed, because I tend to, whenever I'm out walking, I usually have my headphones in, my music on full blast. But I haven't been, stopped and harassed even with my headphones in, probably because I tend to wear all black and walk like I'm going to, I would cheerfully hang you by your own intestines if you bothered me. The one other time I could think that I've been, catcalled or harassed this way is when my headphones had broken and I was actually walking from therapy actually, to the nearest, I don't remember what store I was going to, the nearest strip mall to get a new pair of headphones. And there's a stoplight and I'm waiting to cross, and this guy in this shitty red Honda or whatever is he rolls down his window at the stoplight and says, hey sexy, or hey gorgeous, or something like that. And I had no idea how to respond. I just stared at him, dead-eyed and awkward, till the light turned green and he drove away. Looking back on it, I really regret that I hadn't, screeched like a pterodactyl. So ever since then, I've been waiting for someone to catcall me so I can just really fuck them up with a horrific, inhuman screeching. I'm good at that. But it's just going back to this nurse. It bothers me so much that he felt it was okay. And I mean, I guess, you might want to give him props for, realizing, oh, wait, shit, that was a dumb thing to do. But, he didn't realize it was a dumb thing to say in the context until I pointed out, hey, I almost killed myself yesterday. What reason have I to smile? You are literally, what are you doing here? I have to wonder, what is this guy like in real life? What is he out in the world going shopping? Is he the kind of customer who harasses the baristas and cashiers, and tells them give him service with a smile, it's legit advice? Is he the kind of person who calls the cashiers honey and sweetheart and asks for their numbers? Is he the kind of person that the baristas all hate because he's like, you didn't smile, or like, what is this guy like outside of the psych ward? That he thinks it's okay to say this shit to a clinically depressed woman who he has no reason to believe has any reason to smile, because I'm in the fucking psych ward. You're not happy if you're in here. Nobody is happy unless it's like the day they're getting out or the day before. And even then, half the time, you're just going to, like, more permanent care. It still bothers me, and it's always going to bother me. Because there's the power imbalance, there's the... I don't know, man. It's fucked up shit that our society, like, this kind of possession, this entitlement to other women, to women's bodies, is so pervasive that a psychiatric nurse feels comfortable trying to force one of the patients to bargain a pen for a smile. I don't even know, man. This is one of the things that keep me up at night. If you enjoyed this video, check out more content in the links in the description below for the Dungeon Bad Decisions Discord server, and my blog where I post quotes, anecdotes, and photos from the tabletop games I play in at thedungeonofbadDecisions.tumblr.com. And to support my Patreon. Special thanks again to Crunchy Chompy for being a Game Master's Nightmare, and to Paul John and Tark for being average adventurers. Click here to check out the rest of the series, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Roll 20s, y'all!